Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the event. Overview of the Better Health at Work Award that we run within County Durham. I work for Pioneering Care Partnership. We're a charity based in County Durham, and we also deliver the award as well. So we support many other organisations in the North East, particularly in County Durham, through the award. So this is just really to give you an overview of what that's all about. The award scheme is free, flexible and open to all employees in the North East and Cumbria, regardless of size, location or type of business. The award's actually funded by all of the 11 local authorities in the North East, and also through public health. In Durham, it's actually funded through public health. There are 6 levels of the award, so it actually starts at foundation level and then goes all the way through to which is at that point it should be completely embedded within you. Given up to a year per level to actually work through the award, but there is flexibility for those that perhaps need it. Every employer or organisation who signs up to by a dedicated workplace health improvement specialist. So they actually guide and support the organisations through the award. For those organisations who have not considered promoting health at work, taking part in this award will help you to provide structured support in the environment to motivate staff and promote health and wellbeing activity. So how does it work? Organisations need to identify within their company or business health advocates from the workforce. So there could be people who are just generally interested in health and wellbeing, but they do need to be interested in helping people be motivated enough to make themselves healthier. So they then coordinator of the awards. So there is an organisation like ourselves working alongside companies to progress and motivate and move them through the award. So what we would do is we deliver training to the health advocates to help and advise them of the right support that is needed within the workplace. So a health needs assessment is completed with all staff initially to ascertain the health and wellbeing support that they would like in the workplace. So that's just like a survey that goes out. We provide the template and the survey is completed. And from that, then they can ascertain what health campaigns will be run within that year. So the wellbeing campaigns, we often advise that they try to link them to national campaigns as well. So therefore, there's plenty of resources available throughout the time that they're delivering the campaign. So depending upon the year, the level of the organisation is working towards, they'll either run 3 campaigns or 5. So for example, if they're at bronze, it will be 3 campaigns they're doing. If they've got all the way through to maintain excellence, then it'll be 5 campaigns within the year that they're doing. So we encourage organisations to set up a focus group within their company so that there is not just one person that's helping to drive forward the health and wellbeing, that it is actually divided amongst a number of people within the company. And we recommend that it is driven from a senior level as well, so that there is that buy-in from the senior staff. Sometimes people involve health and safety people within that focus group, and also perhaps mental health first aiders if they're if they're trained within the organisation, and obviously the health advocates who are helping to run and deliver and promote the award. So we're also a coordinator of the award, but we deliver it ourselves as well to our own staff. But as a coordinator, we provide free training, webinars, events, advice, resources, and we support those coordinators so they can actually help drive forward the award within the companies. So you ask the question, why should employers promote health and wellbeing in the workplace? So there's many reasons why, but here is just a short list of some of them. In 21-22, 17.9 million workdays were lost due to mental health issues. That is stress, anxiety, depression within the UK. So those numbers are considerable. 2 of the top causes of sickness in the sickness absence in the UK in 2020 were musculoskeletal and mental health conditions. And return on investment for workplace health programmes range from £2 to £34 for every pound invested. And 149.3 million working days were lost in the UK due to work-related sickness or injury in 2021. And would you believe the average level of employee absence in 2021 was actually 4.6 days, with 56 billion poor mental health costs was 56 billion each year. So the cost to an organisation is also considerable. So now we just want to give you a flavour of what we did as an organisation, Pioneering Care Partnership, to move the Better Health at Work Award and to motivate people to be involved and to help people feel more healthy within the workplace. So initially, we obviously in 2022, we still were sort of dealing with a lot of sort of impact of COVID. That was having an impact on staff's mental health and their well-being, including absences, and a number of staff had sort of struggled to return to the workplace, struggling with anxiety and returning back to the office and the community. And what we found is we sort of put as much information in place as we possibly could to sort of get people back to the workplace, to make them feel comfortable and to make them feel like they had choices as well. So we offered people a hybrid working arrangement so they could actually work partially from the office, partially at home. And that was a very blended approach that did work very well for ourselves. So we also had a lot of other things ongoing at that time. So we had to update our volunteer process and embed changes there. A lot of volunteers didn't want to return back to the workplace either. You know, they felt safer at home. We were undergoing our recertification of the volunteer award, and we're preparing for our IIP reassessment in 23. We're also trialing at the time a management matrix model for senior managers and embedding values based on recruitment. So PCP continues to upskill the wider staff. You know, there is a lot of training in place. We have sort of a wellbeing calendar of training, and we also have other training as well, induction and lots of other mandatory training that does take place. We also introduced Office 365 just following COVID, which made life a whole lot easier for a number of reasons, but did cause a lot of distress for some people as well, unfortunately. Staff now have regular access to internal training opportunities with the development of staff training calendar released 3 times a year. And that covers everything, as I've said. It covers PCP policies, it covers health and wellbeing. And, you know, that's a bigger offer to our staff. It's not just mandatory training that we do. We also send out an activity calendar biannually to give staff ample opportunity to get involved in staff activities. So they know what's available, they know what's going on, and they can sort of choose to get involved, hopefully. A target's also been set for each project lead or team manager to sort of incorporate a health and wellbeing activity that supports their staff. So each year they've got to identify what activity they're going to be doing. And that's got to be fun. You know, we do say it can be fun. It could be that people are going out doing kayaking, people just doing a walk. It's whatever is right for that actual team. So staff meetings are still completed virtually and in person, and that supports productivity and mental wellbeing as well. And new staff continue to be introduced to wider staff team via Anywhere and PCP's intranet. So people don't feel like they're not involved, they're not a part of an organisation. And we do still have lots of face-to-face gatherings as well. Our team meetings are all face-to-face. As a smaller team, we will make sure that we get staff together as well so they can, you know, not feel very isolated. And a PCP newsletter is also circulated, and that covers health and wellbeing too. So there's a lot that's actually going on there. Okay. We also work in partnership with others. So as part of the award, it is requested, there is part of the criteria that you have to actually work in partnership. So some people actually link up with community interest companies, with voluntary sector organisations, and they might raise funds for them. They might do health and wellbeing activities that incorporate sort of raising charitable funding for organisations, and that does help really get that camaraderie within the workplace. So some of the people that we work with are an organisation called Stamp It Out, and how we've supported them is we've helped them to develop their policies and procedures as a small charity. We've broadened their activities, including marketing and social media, and we've supported them in their research work as well. We provide student placements to Northumberland and Sunderland University, and we also help with recruitment of sort of apprentices too. And we've even supported Wellington Medical Group with a staff satisfaction survey. So it's not just community interest companies and voluntary sector that we support. And our CEO is well and truly sort of a part of a wider network, and she's involved in a number of steering groups, including the Community Mental Health Transformation Group, Resilience Community Groups, and the Poverty Health Alliance. We've also supported smaller charities ourselves as well, Spire Learning is one of those, and they were actually nominated for the Queen's Award in Voluntary Sector. And we do provide happiness hubs grants too as part of what we do. That's supported funding to smaller organisations throughout County Durham and Darlington. And that's to deliver low-level mental health interventions. And PCP recently recruited an external partnership manager who will go out there and support externally and jointly managed posts. And these new posts are working in partnership with TZESC and Weir Valley Foundation Trust and have come into fruition due to business development activities and partnership working. So what did we do? So within the health needs assessment that was circulated out to staff, it was identified that these were the top 5. In actual fact, there's 6 there. But we have to just do 5. So it was top 5 campaigns that would be done. We added an additional campaign because we're very, as an organisation, we have something like 82% female. So it was never going to be the case that men's health would be top of that campaign request. So we added an extra campaign, which was men's health. So I'll just give you a flavour for some of the things that we did within those campaigns. And as I say, we always try to link it to national campaigns that's taking place as well. And as coordinators of the programme, we recommend this to our other organisations that are working through the award too. So this is a long-running campaign due to prevalence and effect alcohol has on health and well-being and healthy life expectancy. So PCP's health needs assessment, our staff survey, showed that average unit consumption for staff reduced from 8 to 7 per week, which we feel is good. It's, you know, it's a move, it's a start, and we're working our way through that and encouraging people to reduce their alcohol intake. So what did we do as part of that? And you can see we did a lot. In actual fact, as part of the award, it's only a requirement that you do 2 to 3 activities per campaign, but we did a considerable amount more. So we sent out mini alcohol surveys. You can see all the things we did there. We asked who'd complete Dry January and try to get people involved in Dry January. We did a press release on our mocktail session that we had running within our staff meetings. We sent out recipes of various drinks and herbal teas, etc., what was good to drink and what wasn't. We also did the drink driving awareness campaign. And this is just some pictures of some of the things that we had done at our staff meeting. So please ignore the bar pulls behind you there. There is alcohol in the background, but in actual fact, it was all mocktails that we were serving at the front. And then we just monitor the outcomes. We encourage that we do a survey afterwards just to find out how the campaign had gone. And then you can see there some of the outcomes from that. And it is a requirement as part of the award that you do actually monitor those outcomes as well and just see how the campaign is actually impacted, so that you can either run it again or you can make a difference and do something different the next time. We also did gambling, and this is very much a hot topic. Obviously, a lot of people perhaps may well be struggling with the cost of living rise, and they see gambling as a means to escape from that and perhaps bring some form of money into the family. And so we covered that, and we identified any gambling activity in the last 4 weeks. We saw that there'd been a significant increase, up to 43%, and that's statistically across, the whole of the UK, that there has been a huge increase. In-person gambling participation rate increased to 26% from 23% in March 21. So some of these figures were a clear indication that we were doing the right thing by actually running the campaign. So we also did a PCP poll as well, and we looked at what gambling activity people got involved in, and we were quite surprised actually. We didn't expect it to be as high as it was. So it was quite stark to ourselves. So we sent out County Durham Drug and Alcohol Services Gambling Harm Prevention to all the staff. We did the What is a Gambling poll because in actual practice, a lot of people were not even aware that something like just playing bingo or having a bet on the horses was actually gambling. And we did the gambling self-assessment tool. We shared that out from an organisation called GamCare. And then obviously, as we do any campaigns, we do review our strategies and our policies, and we update them as well in line with that. And this is just a quick overview of the outcome from the staff awareness survey. As we said, we were quite surprised to see how many people got involved in all the different forms of gambling. We also did bereavement and loss because we think it was quite pertinent following sort of COVID because PCP saw an increase in non-sickness absence, in particular compassionate leave, which increased by 85.7%, which was another indication to us that we needed to run a campaign just to raise awareness and to support people. So after 2 years of COVID, which has impacted so many of us, our health advocate and mental health first aiders agreed that this should be addressed as a separate topic to mental health. And most individuals have been impacted in some way by either bereavement or loss of freedom, loss of structure or routine, loss of friends, family, loss of office. It's surprising how many people did not like working from home. And this had impacted on their mental health and well-being. But it should be noted that the compassionate leave is granted for other reasons other than just bereavement. So what did we do? We contacted a professional counsellor and arranged bereavement and loss training sessions in June, and it went really well, actually. It was a really good session. A lot of people benefited, a lot of people joined, because we offered it again on webinar and also in person. We identified some funding from counselling sessions for staff with a counsellor as a follow-up for the training, should staff need that support. And we highlighted the support available to staff under the therapy policy and compassionate leave and absence policy through the PCP benefits information. We also marked the Queen's death, and we consulted staff about returning to work and engaged staff to keep in touch when home working. So there's always that contact for those staff that are working from home. Even now, as a manager myself within the organisation, I make sure that I have that physical contact with people because it's really important. Comments from the training, you can see there. These are just some of the comments that we gathered from the training session that took place. And people did receive that really well, so I'll let you just read them yourself. And I will be sharing the slides as well, so I'm assuming that Umi will send them out on my behalf. Another campaign that we did was mental health and stress. Now, this continues to be an ongoing campaign within our organisation, and in actual fact, as part of the award, it is a requirement that you identify one campaign which runs throughout. And most organisations choose mental health and stress. So stress continues to be a priority, as you can see. Return to work or move into hybrid work, and it's come with its own challenges, it really has. And also workload increase, as an organisation, once COVID was hopefully behind us, we saw a massive increase in the workload. We had to change most of what we did. Even the projects that we delivered were all COVID focused. And so, people still weren't getting away from COVID. So PCP's health needs assessment results for 2022 show that mental wellbeing scores are static at 7. However, PCP has seen an increase in support provided to staff in this area. We've also trained mental health first aiders, and those mental health first aiders are part of our focus group as well. So we did Blue Monday, which is a campaign, Craft Month. There's a whole range of things that we've done there. Yet again, I'll say that it's only a requirement you do 2 to 3, and we did much more than that. And we also got involved in World Mental Health Day and various other national campaigns that are running. And that's just a picture of a session that was actually taking place. And that was our wellbeing team that had a fantastic morning with Sumo Guy from an inspirational organisation that helped people with mental health and anxiety. And these are just some outcomes from the sessions that actually took place. And yes, we did have a pottery session. It was quite surprising to say that we had pottery machinery within the workplace and people were sort of making pots, but it was just a switch off from work completely. And the men's health that we covered as well. In a sector where generally 67% of employees are women, PCP, Pioneer and Care Partnership, exceed this presently. We have 82% of our staff which are women. So obviously we wanted to make sure that we didn't preclude the men in any way. So we ran a number of campaigns, a number of activities within the campaigns for the gentlemen within our organisation. So we did Men's Health Week, You've Got the Balls, Prostate Cancer Awareness, and we did Movember as well. And women did get involved in this as well, so it was quite good. So this is just some of the things that we actually did for them. And we also brought in the cancer awareness team that we have in our area who ran a number of sessions as well, highlighting men's health, including testicular cancer. We did physical health too. This is one of the campaigns that I identified. So PCP's average physical health rating has been 7 out of 10 for the last 5 years. However, the number of people reporting good, excellent health has reduced in December 22. So we will consider how to address that in 23 as well. So these are some of the things that we did as part of that physical activity. We also trained walk leaders too. So we have, on a weekly basis, we have walk leaders come in and take a group of volunteers and staff out for a walk. We encourage people to go out for a walk in their lunchtime. And we also have walking meetings. So when we were in the worst part of COVID, we were meeting people in the local park when we were allowed, and we were actually doing walking meetings as well. And this is just some of the evidence of stuff that we've done. We even walk on freezing cold days, as you could see here. It wasn't the warmest day to walk. And then again, just some of the feedback, which you can read when the slides are shared with you. And so we did other campaigns as well. We were actually criticised within our assessment by the Better Health at Work Award coordinator that we'd actually done too much. But here are some of the things that you can see and read for yourself of stuff that we did do. And then that's just evidence again of stuff that we did. So with regards to equality and diversity, we have been doing a complete review of all of our equality and diversity within the organisation. So you can see that we've done an awful lot over the last year to review and refresh that. And again, just evidence of some of the pictures that we've done. And environmental is also part of the Better Health at Work Award. You need to consider your environmental processes, your procedures, what you do, how you do that, how you dispose of waste, etc. And so as an organisation, we do this regularly. And we also got involved in things like the Energy Saving Week, tree grafting workshops took place. Veganuary was another good one, and World Environmental Day. So, and also World Honeybee Day, that was a good one. And it just allows us to engage different people. You know, different people will engage in different activities. So, and we do have the luxury of having a huge garden within our organisation out the back, which is used for volunteers and for delivering services, and we do make good use of that too. Financial wellbeing, as I said, that's very much a hot topic. A lot of people are really struggling with the cost of living rise, and so we did a considerable amount just to support staff. Debt management support, budgeting, we did sessions on Energy Saving Week and will writing. So there was an awful lot that took place. And again, some of the evidence there. We have a menopause support group. That's just some of the comments from some of the people that get involved in that. And some of the feedback, you know, that we've received from that is it's good that we don't feel alone, that this is something that a lot of people are affected by, and it's nice to sort of share. And they share what they do to manage their menopause and vitamins that they take, etc. It's quite an interesting group to be a part of, to be quite honest. And then there are just some comments from the group. And then also team-led activities, because as I said, we challenge our project leads in a team lead activity that is fun and that is interesting, that people can get involved in. And that's just some of the ideas and some of the things that actually took place. We even did sort of team wreath making by Microsoft Teams the very first year of COVID. So that was quite interesting. We do collection for food banks. And other organisations that we work with on the Better Health at Work Award do some of these activities as well, find them really very beneficial to their staff. And then this is just PCP's commitment to our employees and volunteers. So in this year, we've had a follow-up on the work that we developed with our carers policy, and that is now being signed off. So that's good. Maintained the Mindful Employer Award as well, which is run by Mind. We maintained our Disability Confident Award and our Volunteer Kite Mark, and we entered a volunteer into the North East Charity Awards. And we also entered the North East Chamber of Awards for inspiring female employers as well. And also the Patient Experience Network National Awards is the first and only award to recognise best practice in patient experience across all facets of health and social care in the UK. And the Cancer Awareness team met with innovative and hard-working healthcare teams and organisations from across the country, and they were a finalist. We didn't win, but we were a finalist, and that was really good. And so this is just some of the results from our PCP staff satisfaction health needs assessment. So you can read that for yourself. You know that a lot of people really feel valued within the organisation. They feel a part of something, and you can see by the statistics there that reflects as well. So we know that what we're doing is the right thing to do. And again, 96% felt PCP demonstrates a commitment to developing staff and supports learning and development. And, you know, advance in their career, and they feel treated with fairness and respect and feel very valued. And that's what we get with every feedback that we do. So there's all my details. I've also put on there a link to a YouTube video that you can take a look at, that is done by the TUC, who coordinate the whole programme right across the northeast in Cumbria. And that's a video that's quite informative, and they've been out to organisations and they've just videoed what they've done as part of the Better Health at Work Award. So that leaves me to just ask any questions, really.
Yeah, we've got a couple that have come through. So the first one is the Better Health at Work Awards available in other parts of the country?
Unfortunately not. No, it's unique to the northeastern Cumbria. However, there are other guises of this within different local authorities, and I've done over the past couple of days, and Bracknell Forest is one who have a wellbeing network, and I think every individual local authority has some sort of funding that they invest to support wellbeing in the workplace. I've just had a meeting myself this morning with our commissioning manager, and I asked the question of him, was there anything else in the country? And he said, actually, we're really quite unique. But that doesn't stop people from doing something around better health at work. You know, it's not that you have to follow that structure. Even if you just delivered a couple of campaigns following national campaigns that's taking place, it will make a massive difference. Understandably, this is a really good structure to sort of hang health and wellbeing on, but that's nothing stopping you from taking that model and sort of copying it in other areas. We're lucky in that the local authority, through public health, funded for ourselves throughout the northeast. So it's really good that that does take place.
Fantastic. Yeah, so there is similar stuff around the country there. So it's really exciting. And so what are the costs associated with applications for the award?
The cost is free to those in the northeastern Cumbria. There is no cost at all. It is totally funded by the local authorities. And so for us, it's a luxury, really. It's fantastic that we've got it. It's a free award. In other areas, like I say, there'll be other things. So the best thing to do is to contact your local public health or your local council and see what they've got running. For example, one of the organisations, Sunderland Local Authority, for example, they actually run something a little bit separate, but also do the award as well. And they have what they call the Workplace Alliance. And that is a networking group that allows people to come along to meet with guest speakers, to hear what services are available and out there regarding health and wellbeing. And also it gives them information and support and resources regarding training and whatever else they can provide and help with regards to sort of national campaigns that's taking place. So that is something that is slightly different and sort of adds value to the Better Health at Work Award for Sunderland Local Authority, but it works really quite well. And recently we actually ran a menopause webinar for Sunderland Local Authority, and there was nearly 140 people joined that webinar, and that was just as a result of people engaging with the Workplace Alliance. So it's just about raising the awareness and encouraging employers to get involved in some way.
Well, certainly. So yeah, that's all the questions we have. I'm interested in the Movember example you used before and how the female employees got involved there, because that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, they all wore tashes as well.
My initial thought was they were going to grow like their armpit hair or something, but never mind.
Good idea. We might try that one next.
Yeah. But anyway, no, thank you very much, Karen. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with you on this. We look forward to the feedback coming in through the event survey and so on. But yeah, just a quick note to say thank you now. And yeah, we'll bring things to a close.
Thank you, and thanks for the invite. Thanks very much. Hope people benefited from what I've advised them of today.
Certainly have. So thank you very much, Karen.
Okay.
And just moving into next steps now. Some reason it won't let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so next steps essentially involve just let us know how it went through the event survey, which will be sent in the follow-up email straight away after this session. Visit the Better Health at Work Awards portal, which is betterhealth atworkaward.org.uk. And then you can also access the People Management Bundle for free on the Umi Sat Nav. The web address is there. So if you're watching this on repeat, just click pause and type in, or you can, there'll be a link in the follow-up email as well. So it's probably easier just to click that. So thank you very much for joining us today, and have an enjoyable rest of your days. Cheers. Bye now.